Hello, my crafty friends. I've come to talk to you about the Hangout project that we're doing in April. It's going to be me and Tanya McGuire, and Becky McCauley at Aunt Beck's Creations is going to be our guest this month. And we're really excited about this. I chose the project for this month, and I chose it because I saw this on a small book. Something on Pinterest talking about small books. Anyway, I love the idea of this book. And most people call a book that's back to back like this a do-si-dos book. This is 3 books, and I like the 3 books, but it was hard finding videos about 3 books, and none of the ones I found had 3 books with a regular kind of binding. They were all just a folded binding like you do when you just fold a signature, where you sew it, and it didn't have a flat back on the like these do. I do notice that these have a glued binding that then is put in, and we're not going to go that detailed. We're just going to sew one signature in each book. But I did like the flat backs to them, and that's what I wanted. So this is our inspiration. And since I couldn't find a video showing how to make the cover to this book, I thought I would just make a short one myself, just a real rough little video about how to build the book itself. And we're probably going to build the cover and then decorate it on the first hangout, and then come back in and put in our signatures and maybe work in it. Maybe finish decorating it, put final decorations on the front and back in the second hangout in April. So these hangouts will be on the, oh goodness, the 9th and just a second, let me look. The 9th and 23rd of April. The 9th will be on my channel, and the 23rd will be on Tanya's channel. And this is the project that we're going to work on. I hope that y'all will think it's fun and want to work along with us. Now, you can make one. This is a really tiny one. It's about this big. It's a very small little book. And you can make one really tiny like that. You can also make one really big. So I'm going to just show you a little bit of an idea, and then we'll do it. The only 3 signature book that I found a video of was Jenny Belly did one, and she did it out of a square box. And so I'm going to show you what she did, but it is different from what we're going to be doing. So, but just in case you would rather do something like this, you've got a cool square box you want to use or something. I'll also link that video in the description box so that you can look at it. And there are videos about making a do-si-do book, a hardbound book, which would be a lot more involved, but it would be fun to do. But they only have 2 signatures, not 3. So, okay, this is the way hers was, okay? It opens like this, and then you've got a signature here, and a signature there. And you just sew it in, you decorate it and sew it in. And that's the kind of book that she shows. Now hers was square, so you would have to, if you want to do this, you would cut it about this big and make it square if you wanted to do like what she did. But this is the basis of what she did, was use a square box so that all the sides are the same. We're basically the same. They're not exactly. But anyway, if you want to do one like that, you can. But we're going to do one. I use the same box so I can show you. We're going to do one like this. So you can see you can put your signature in there and there and here. So it's the same basic structure, except that it's flat. So when you get it made, it lays flat. And And I just really like that. I like having a real spine on it. And you can make them out of something like this that's really tall and skinny if you want. Or you can make it out of something like this. This is Triscuit boxes. You'll need 2 boxes, 2 identical boxes in order to do this. And this one's with a Triscuit box. And then just for fun, just to show you what you can do, in case anybody's so inclined, here I've got one with 8 signatures. And you do it exactly the same as you do these others, except you just keep adding. You just have a whole bunch of the same box. And you just keep adding them. And I think that's a lot of fun. So we got 8 signatures there. Isn't that cool? But I'm fixing to show you with these big cereal boxes. Oh, there's the rest of mine. I decided that 8 was enough, so I didn't use those last ones. But with these big cereal boxes, I'm going to show you how to make one. Because you can make one that's big like this too if you want. The first thing we're going to do is take the cereal box apart, and you want to take it apart at this this place where it's glued together. And that will give you a kind of an example of a binding size. And then you're going to get your cutter. And you're going to cut, well, first you cut off, I cut off these flaps on the ends and got those off. So you don't have to deal with that. You got it flat on the top and flat on the bottom. And both of them, they're the same. And that's the first thing you do. And I didn't show that, but you know what that looks like. Okay, it's these parts you cut off. You get rid of those. And then you'll have two boxes that you can work with. Okay, so we've got this, and we want the one over here to be about the same. And you could cut this one smaller if you want to. Now, let's see how. This is about 3/4 of an inch. So you could put a pretty big signature in if you do 3/4 of an inch. So then I'm going to bring this over here. And let's go this way so I can measure the 3/4 of an inch. Well, it's hard to do because there's 1 inch, so here's 3/4 of an inch. It's just barely on there. Oh, no. See, that's not working. Okay. We need to, I was doing it right the first time. Okay, there's 1 inch. So we need to do it at 3/4 of an inch this way. Okay, now we've got 2 pieces that are pretty much the same. And then you're going to take and you're going to do the same thing here. Let's cut it down the middle first just to get it where we can measure it. Okay, now then we want 3/4 of an inch. So we're going to line it right up there. Nope, this way. Sorry, y'all. The other ones I just cut. I didn't try to make them a certain anything. Well, how did I do that last time? Because I got it to work. Okay, I'm feeling pretty silly right now. Well, we're just going to have to. Let's just measure. Where's my ruler? Okay, it looks like it's probably right about there. If that's wrong, it won't hurt too much. Okay, let's do this one the same way. I just decided to eyeball it this time. Like I did when I did the other one, it worked out fine. Okay, so there's two, and now we need two more. So we're going to take the second box, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. Okay, so there we've got our 3/4 of an inch, and we're gonna go right here. Call that 3/4 of an inch. It's a little less, but that's not a big deal. There's one. And here's the other one. See, I just do better if I quit trying to be precise. But you can be precise if you want. Okay. Now then, we've got 4. And you want to take these, like this one goes this way. And in order to make the, make your inside all the same and your outside all the same, you have to be sure you're putting them together the right way. Okay, let me look at this. Okay, if you've got one side that's longer than the other side, see how this side's a little wider than that one? Then you go ahead and you put it together with the shorter side on the outside and let the inside be the wider one, which will keep your width this size. Okay. Now then, you can glue it, but I'm going to go ahead and use this because it's fast and easy. And you can put this down, and then you can glue on top of that too. Okay. And when you use this tape, I'm sure most of you know how to use score tape, but you just really burnish it down. And then we're going to pull off these plasticky paper parts. Okay, and I just turn if it sticks out beyond the edge of the thing, I just tuck that right back. And we'll grab this one. We'll do the same here. And I got it a little bit over on the edges, so I'm just tucking that back. Okay. Now then, we're going to put it, just put it straight down on there. And really burnish it good. And like I said, you can put glue on it if you want to. I didn't get that exact, so I'm just going to have to refold it. um, I don't want to make this a terribly long video, so I'm okay. Now then, we've got this one. And then we want to attach it to that one. Nope, we don't. Like this. Because we want to try to keep the same sides together. You don't have to, but if you're going to have to sand all of it, it's better to have it, you know, have it where you can do it all at once. Work on the same kind of side, because you have to take extra precautions with the side that's shiny, but you don't have to take on this other side. So that's my theory, is it's easier if they're the same. It's probably easier to put together if you don't worry about that, but well, come on. Okay. All right. Okay, so now there we've got 2 signatures right there. That's a do-si-do. 1, 2. And then now we're going to add this one so that we can make it we can make it 3. And you want these to be really, you know, done on both so that it will be straight and not be wonky. Okay. Now then, let's do this. And we'll put this together like that. I will probably use one of these, although I may make a tiny one, since the tiny one was what caught my eye. But I wanted this to be big enough for you could see what I'm doing. Plus, bigger ones are, you know, have more options when you're working in them as for what to do with them. One thing that's kind of might be fun about this is that you can do different kinds of signatures in them. You could do one signature in watercolor paper, and you could do one signature out of junk journal kind of papers, and one signature out of writing kind of papers, or you know, however you want to do that. You can just make all 3 signatures exactly alike, but you don't have to, and that's because it's 3 separate books that have all been put together. Okay, now we've got our 3 signatures, and we just need to cut off these 2 flaps because we don't need them. But until you, if you and you probably could just cut 2 of them without those flaps to begin with, but I figured to hedge my bets and not cut it off at the beginning and then find out I did something wrong. So Okay. And now we've got our 3 signature do-si-do book. Or I think I saw somebody who was making one. They just made it out of, I think she just made it out of watercolor paper, and it didn't even have a cover on it. It was just the book itself made out of 3 out of long strips that she folded, you know, from watercolor paper. She called it a Tracy Tray book. I thought that was cute. So that's what we're making, a Tracy Tray book. But there's 3. And like I said, you can do 3 big ones. You can do a big one or a smaller one. You can do a long one. Or if you want to, you can even make 8 signatures. And you just do the same thing, no matter what size your box is. So make it whatever size you want. The main thing you need is some tape if you've got it, because that just makes it easier. But glue will work fine. And 2 boxes, at least 2 boxes that are exactly the same size. They don't have to be, you know, both Triscuit boxes, but if they are, then they'll be the same texture, the same heaviness of board, and the same size. So find you some boxes and decide what kind of signatures you want, and you know what you want to do in your book, because that'll make a difference on what size you make it. And then we'll put it together, you know, on the Hangout, so you don't have to do that in advance, because there will be people who don't see this video that might join us in the Hangout, and so we'll do it all on there. But I just thought I'd show you in advance kind of what we're going to do. And then when you get these done, and you might want to do this in advance if you've got your boxes, go ahead and use some sandpaper on this, the shiny side, and wipe those off real good, and then you can use them to make your book. If you don't do that, it might not stick well. So I think we're going to have fun. I hope you'll join us for our April project, starting April the 9th, and it's going to be, I forgot to say this earlier, it's going to be at noon Central Time on Tuesday the 9th and Tuesday the 23rd at noon Central Time. I hope we'll see you there. Thanks. God bless you.